Hello. Today we're discussing how your brain creates guilt patterns that keep you trapped in self-blame, even when you've done nothing wrong. If you're someone who apologizes for things that aren't your fault, you replay every mistake for days, sometimes years. Someone else makes an error, but somehow you feel responsible. This isn't just being conscientious. This is chronic guilt. And if you experience this, your brain has been wired to operate in a specific pattern, one that's keeping you trapped. Today, I'm breaking down the psychology of why some people feel guilty after every mistake, what's happening in your brain, and how to actually overcome it. Let's get into it. Chronic guilt is different from healthy guilt. Healthy guilt says, I made a mistake. I'll learn from it and do better. Chronic guilt says, I made a mistake. I'm a bad person. I'll never get this right. Research from Dr. Tangney at George Mason University found that people with chronic guilt experience what's called guilt proneness, a personality trait where your default response to any negative situation is self-blame. This often starts in childhood. If you grew up in an environment where love was conditional on performance, mistakes were met with criticism or withdrawal, you were held responsible for others' emotions. Your brain learned, when something goes wrong, it's my fault. I need to feel bad to be loved. And that pattern? It's still running today. Here's what's happening neurologically. Studies published in the Journal of Cognitive Neuroscience show that people with chronic guilt have hyperactive anterior cingulate cortex, the part of your brain responsible for error detection. What this means: your brain is constantly scanning for mistakes, even small ones, even ones that aren't yours. When it finds one, it releases a flood of cortisol, the stress hormone, and creates a rumination loop. You replay the mistake, analyze it, punish yourself mentally. And here's the trap. According to Dr. Kristin Neff's research on self-compassion, when you punish yourself for mistakes, your brain interprets that as threat. So it goes into defense mode, which paradoxically makes you more likely to avoid responsibility and repeat the mistake. You're trying to improve by feeling guilty, but guilt is actually preventing growth. Guilt says, I did something bad, which can motivate change, but chronic guilt morphs into shame. I am bad, which paralyzes you. So how do you break this pattern? Solution 1. Cognitive reframing. When guilt hits, ask yourself, would I judge a friend this harshly for the same mistake? What would I tell them? Research shows that self-compassion, treating yourself like you'd treat a friend, reduces rumination by 40%. Solution 2. The 3-question test. Before accepting guilt, ask, did I have control over this outcome? Did I intentionally cause harm? Is there a reasonable action I can take to fix it? If the answer to all 3 is no, the guilt isn't yours to carry. Solution 3. Neuroplasticity. Training your brain built the guilt pattern through repetition. You can rebuild it the same way. Every time you catch yourself spiraling into guilt, pause. Take 3 deep breaths. Say out loud, I made a mistake. Mistakes are how I learn. I am not my mistakes. Studies show that 30 days of this rewires the anterior cingulate cortex response. Solution 4. Externalize responsibility journal this daily. What am I responsible for today? What am I not responsible for? Be specific. Write it down. Research from ACT shows that clarifying boundaries reduces chronic guilt by 35%. Let me summarize. Chronic guilt isn't a character flaw, it's a learned pattern. Your brain's error detection system is overactive. You learn to associate guilt with love or safety. But research shows you can rewire this. Cognitive reframing. The 3-question test. Neuroplasticity training. Externalizing responsibility. The goal isn't to never feel guilt. It's to feel appropriate guilt that leads to growth, not toxic guilt that keeps you stuck. If this video helped you understand your guilt patterns better, hit that subscribe button for more psychology breakdowns like this. Drop a like if you recognize this pattern in yourself, and comment below what psychology topic you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.